don't know if that's true or not, but we just gonna go with it.
Okay.
Y'all think I be making this up, but sometimes it is a push. Ashley, you good? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Taryn, also known as Taryn on a Journey. My background probably looks a little different today because I am in another hotel. I am at what my company calls Recurrent Training or Recurrent Training, whatever, whichever one. Recurrent, that's what we call it. I'm in Charlotte. We had to come here for 2 days. Recurrent is basically when you do your yearly recertification to be a flight attendant. So today was our first day. We had to go over our drills. We went over our safety equipment, did all of our proficiency checks. We did a few things. We had a session with like the pilots doing what they call CSM or CRM. Y'all, it's been a day. I have so much information in my brain, so excuse me. But we went over some things with the pilots to kind of get us familiar with their side, how they see things, and then our side, how we see things. That was interesting. We had to pass a few of our checks today. I passed all of mine that I did today on the first try. Yay me! And then tomorrow I have a paper test. It's multiple choice, so I'm praying about that one because they did not really go over much today. But they claim that if we know that if we work here, if we, you know, read and we pay attention, we do what we're supposed to do on a daily, that we're gonna automatically pass the test. I don't know if that's true or not, but we just gonna go with it. I have to do CPR, and then I have to do what we called a planned emergency evacuation drill tomorrow. So right now I'm getting ready to head downstairs and work on some of the drills with my classmates, people that are in my class. I don't really know if I should record that. Y'all know how these companies are about recording things or procedures that they have in place. So I don't know if I'm gonna record that because that's something that may be significant to them. I don't know. But if I can check in, if I can get some of my classmates, I'm gonna try to get them to check in with y'all, just to say, hey, we'll see. So if you ever wanted to know what business casual look like because you're considering being a flight attendant or you have a training coming up, I'll show you what I wore today. I was not allowed to wear this to my initial training. We had to wear collar shirts and a solid color pants, and it could not be tapered. But we were able to wear this to our recurrent training. So this is an example, and y'all can kind of pull from this. Some airlines are okay with this in their initial training. Mine just was not. So, but I'm gonna show y'all what I wore today. So I have on like a tapered pants, leg. Hope y'all can see. With my flat shoes, flats. And I have on my cardigan or sweater. I blouse it just in case, you know, it's a little warm, and then I can bring it down if it's cold. You know, this is a good option because they don't really like, you know, jean jackets, whatever. They like something that looks a little bit more businessy. And then this top is just this kind of sleeve. It was a little see-through, so I put a tank top under it. Got this top from H&M. My pants came from Cato's. If y'all know what Cato's is, I'm in the South and we have Cato's here. I don't know if everybody has a Cato's, but I do. So I got my pants from Cato's. I believe my shoes came from Marshall's or Ross, and this sweater came from H&M as well, I believe, or Cato's too. My sweater came from Cato's as well. So that's the outfit. Bend over, heads down, stay down.
Bend over, heads down, stay down. Bend over, heads down.
Hopefully we pass.
We are passing.
We are passing.
I'm about to go to my room, y'all. It's been a long day. I've been up here all night in Charlotte doing the thing. I won't pray, but I will go with these questions tomorrow in class.
Okay.
Oh.
What about your recurrent training?
I passed.
And we're back. It's like, let's check the time. It's 8:35 at night. I am in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I got here around like 3 or 4 o'clock, I think. I came here, I went to the mall and just hung out because I'm going to a concert on Friday. I'm going to see Escape and Monica. So I wanted to find me something to wear, but that was unsuccessful. So I'm just back here in my hotel. But I wanted to make sure I came back to check in and share with y'all the whole Recurrent news. Recurrent was crazy. It was a little bit more than what I thought. They literally went over everything that we covered in training, like the initial training. It was pretty intense. It was only 2 days. We went over all of our drills, and then we had, at the end of the 2 days, which was yesterday, we had a 50-question paper test. I felt like they tried to trip us up with some of the questions. It wasn't that the questions were hard, but I felt like they were trying to make sure we knew what we were talking about. I say the hard part about the drills are that, you know, we don't do them as often. You only do the emergency drills if you have an emergency. If you're not constantly going over that stuff in your own time, then you really don't remember. We should definitely be reviewing those drills in our own personal time just in case something comes up. And it's not like you don't remember how to evacuate the plane or what we're supposed to do. You just don't remember verbatim all the words that you're supposed to say while doing the drills, because they want things verbatim. Like, they don't, if you're supposed to say and in that order, they want you to say and they take off points for every little thing. So you just got to be mindful of that. They want you to be able to communicate to passengers what it is exactly that you're supposed to say, because if you're telling them to go left when they're supposed to go right, they're gonna go left. But if you practice saying left, then y'all get the gist of what I was trying to say. Like, if you're not saying exactly what needs to be said during a drill, then people are not gonna know what to do and you're gonna be lost. So when we come back for training, that's how they want it to be. They want it to be exactly what it says in our FAM, which is our flight attendant manual. But I did pass. I'm 1 year into working with my company, so I don't have to worry about Recurrent now for another year. So every year they said that we will have to go back through a training. They said next year that our training will be, it won't be graded, but we will have to go through training. So if you are thinking about being a flight attendant, just know that the initial training, it does not stop there. You will have to do this yearly. One thing that I noticed that was different between my initial training and my recurrent training was that they did not go over any of the test questions. They did not really review with us. They only reviewed the drills. During our initial training, they were a little bit more willing to review the test questions in the test. I'm not sure if that was because we had so many tests in a short period of time, but during this recurrent training, they did not do that. So if you didn't do the home study to be able to at least know a little bit of what they were going to test us on and have some knowledge as to how the company flows and what we do throughout the day being flight attendants, then you would not have passed that test. And when we came in the door, that's what they said. They said, if you work for our company, then you'll pass this test. And at first I was just like, yeah, I don't know about this. Like, I had butterflies when it came to that test. But like a lot of the stuff I knew. I made an 88 on the test. So, and I feel like where I messed up was I think I could have been a little bit more focused and could have like really read over the questions a little bit more, and maybe I would have gotten the questions right. Because after I went back and looked at what I got wrong, it wasn't that I didn't know it. I think I don't know. Like, I think I just misread some things. But nonetheless, I'm glad that that is over. My brain can be free of bend over, heads down, stay down now. I'm so excited to be done with that. Now it's back to the skies, back to my regular, just being a flight attendant life until next year. I did not go through training with the people that I initially went through training with. They put us with a whole new group of people. It was only about, I would say maybe 15, 20 of us in there. I did luck up and get 3 people that I knew. One that I met on the line, and 2 of them were in my class previously. So I had a few people from my class in this recurrent training. Everybody got along. We worked together to make sure we help each other out. My partner and I, when we had to do our planned emergency drill, we were able to work together. She needed to go over some things, and so did I. So we worked together to make sure that we both passed the test. And a lot of this stuff is about teamwork. Like, if you're not working with someone that really knows what they're doing, it could mess it up and make it hard for you. But we were able to get through it pretty good. I am on a 3-day trip right now. My recurrent training was Monday and Tuesday, and my working trip started today, which is Wednesday. So I'll be working until Friday. Today I am in Cincinnati. I came from Charlotte. They deadheaded me to Philly, and then from Philly I came to Cincinnati. And then tomorrow I go back to Charlotte or DC, I think. And then from there we go to Panama City. And I can't wait because I get to go to the beach. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope that everything goes well. We have no maintenance issues or any of that, because I want to go to the beach. I haven't been to the beach. I know it's not summer yet, but it's spring. It's hot enough. I'm trying to soak up the sun. So hopefully, everything goes as planned and we're able to go. We get in pretty early tomorrow in Panama. So I'm really looking forward to this layover because I've never been there. And as a regional flight attendant, we don't always have the best destinations, and this is one of the best ones that we have. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm about to wind it down, get into bed, get my rest so that I'm not tired while I work tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Good look, it's okay.
Yeah, they'll probably let me do that. You just gotta explain
Okay. It's so hot out here. I haven't been to the beach in a while, so this is needed. But yeah, I don't want to overbake. I need to be ripe, just right. Just a little brown, glaze, more glazed donut, less chocolate chip cookie. But if I sit out here, I'm gonna be chocolate. So y'all know my hair did not look like this earlier, right? Well, I decided to be a little fish today. And I went to get, we were at the beach. But where I messed up at is because I forgot that I had natural hair. So I went to get in the water and the waves just started coming, girl. And next thing I knew, my hair all in the back was wet and all of this was wet. Now I'm about to flat iron it. And we went to this restaurant called Pineapple Willie's. The food was alright. I'ma rate it for me, what I had, I'ma rate it a 4 out of 10. I had chicken tacos and it was just not hitting for me. It was like chicken tacos, it had like a sweet salsa on it, and they had like cilantro, queso, it had, I believe, some sour cream, cheese, and I believe that's it. I think the nachos originally came with pulled pork, but I try not to eat pork as much, so I got the chicken. So it was cool. I just didn't really care for it. We also had margaritas. I started out with a frozen margarita, but I ended up getting just one on the rocks. And they were pretty good. I enjoyed the margaritas. And shout out to my captain. My captain today, he paid for my margarita. And that's always really nice when they, you know, are willing to pay for things when we go out and hang out with them. If you get a good captain, don't take that for granted, because as a flight attendant, I don't take good captains for granted, because I've heard that there's some really not good ones. So, and it was a pretty uneventful day. The only thing that really happened today was that when we got to DC, we sat on the runway, well, on the tarmac for like, I want to say 20-30 minutes after we left the gate. And they said that it was because all of the planes that were leaving out at that time were going to the same like area, I guess. Like, we're here in Florida. I think there was another plane that may have been going to Jacksonville. I don't know. I don't really know the details, honestly, but that's what my captain was saying, that we were all kind of going to the same area. So they had to kind of space out our takeoff, and we couldn't all leave at the same time. While we were sitting there, he allowed the passengers to get up out of their seat and go to the bathroom, whatever, because we had been sitting there for a while. When they hear that seatbelt sign go off, they waste no time. And I get it, like, you gotta go to the bathroom, you need to get up out of your seat and handle your business when you get the chance to, but our planes are really small, so it can get really hectic really fast. And when I'm on my flights, I try to make an announcement to let people know that it's not safe to form a line in the aisle, because there's not much space back there, and they still don't follow directions. I don't know if they just don't listen or they don't care, because there always ends up being a line in the back of the plane. We're on a 900 today, so there was 2 bathrooms on this plane, but they still form their line. We had a little bit of turbulence. It wasn't bad though. It lasted, I would say, off and on. It would last for like 5 minutes and then it would stop. 5 minutes and then it would stop. But it really wasn't bad at all. But I believe we go to Charlotte in the morning, and then from Charlotte we have a Louisiana turn. And then I'm supposed to be done for the day after that. Well, I will be done after that for the day, because I'm a line holder this month. I don't have to worry anymore about them adding anything to my schedule. I'm gonna get my hair finished, and I will check back in with y'all tomorrow. This is my view from the hotel. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I saw it as I was waking up, and I was like, oh my God, let me open the window. So pretty. Good morning. It's 5:52 right now, y'all. I got a 6:15 bag. We gotta hurry up and get dressed. I still don't have my stuff packed. I woke up at 5:30, so I'm pushing it. I think the beach wore me out a little bit yesterday, because, and I didn't even really get in the water, but I was tired and I wanted to be in bed fairly earlier than I normally do. I think we're going to Charlotte, y'all. I haven't really even looked at my tablet. I think we're going to Charlotte, and I think we're going to Louisiana. We have a Louisiana turn. I'm working the forward today, so I'm gonna try to bring y'all along so y'all can see what's the difference between the positions. The other day when I was working in the back, and I was what we call the aft. So we have the aft and the forward. It's pretty much the same. The only difference is the aft takes care of the main cabin, and the forward takes care of first class. And we do service most of the time during boarding in the forward, you know, just to make the passengers feel welcome, get them some drinks, make them feel at home. But I'm about to finish getting dressed. I gotta hurry up and get downstairs. I'll try to come back on once I'm done. I gotta get downstairs. My hair look crazy. I do not like my hair today. No makeup. I don't have time. Y'all think I be making this up, but sometimes it is a push. Let's hurry up and get downstairs. I told y'all, throw them glasses on when I can't do nothing to my face. And that's what I'm gonna do today. I don't like my hair. You good now? Alright. Yeah, I'm good. Ashley, you good? Okay. What's going on? It is Saturday now. I know I didn't do my best at making sure that y'all were included in my day yesterday, but every flight that I had yesterday, we ended up boarding really quickly, and I guess we were not late, but once we got on the ground, it just seemed like something was always going on. So we are not allowed to record or have our phones out or really any electronic devices while we have passengers on the plane. Every flight we were on, we had wheelchair passengers. They can either stay on the plane or to wait for their wheelchair, or they can get off and walk up the jet bridge for their wheelchair. None of the passengers yesterday, for whatever reason, wanted to walk up the jet bridge. So we ended up having to wait with them on the plane and allow them to sit on the plane until the wheelchairs came to pick them up. And for whatever reason, every place we went to, they were really slow with getting the wheelchairs. Now, as flight attendants, we are responsible for reporting what special assistant passengers we have before we even land. We report that information to the pilots so that they can relay it to the gate agents. I honestly don't know who they tell, but I know they tell somebody, because most of the time they are there with the wheelchairs waiting on us when we get to the gate. But for whatever reason, these airports were not ready, so we had to wait with them, and I just couldn't have my camera out during that time. So by the time the wheelchairs came, it was time for me to start boarding. Yesterday actually was a good day. We had a little turbulence leaving New Orleans going back to Charlotte, but other than that, it was not bad. I mean, it was a good day for flying. Now, the passengers, y'all, they was something else yesterday. They killed my vibe all day. I don't really take disrespect. I felt really disrespected yesterday. Yesterday, I had a passenger. He was sitting in first class, and the guy, I could tell he was trying to get comfortable. He was trying to get in he was trying to go to sleep. Flight attendants have to have the seats in the upright positions. You have to have on your seatbelt. Like, we're not allowed to just not make sure that you guys are following those instructions. Like, we're supposed to walk through the cabin to do our checks to make sure that those things are in order. So this one specific guy, like I said, I could tell he was trying to go to sleep, and his seat was back. And not only was his seat back, the window shade was down. So on our planes, we have to have the window shade up during taxi, takeoff, and landing. And we were getting ready to land. Now, he had his headphones on, and I hate tapping people to get their attention because I don't like putting my hands on people. But when I said sir or excuse me, he did not respond. So I had to get his attention. So when I tapped him, he responded. He was like, yes. And I was like, sir, I need you to put, and before I could even say or finish my statement, he said, yes. And in my head, I'm like, well, he didn't let me finish my statement, so he's not really knowing, because he didn't do what I asked, for one. And two, you didn't let me finish my statement, so how would you know what I'm trying to say? But I continued to say what I was gonna say, which was, can you please put up the window shade while we land? And he was like, yes, I said yes. God, can you not understand me? And I was just like, well, I apologize, but I didn't think you knew what I was talking about, which he didn't, because I ended up putting the window shade up for him. He thought I was talking about lifting up putting his seat back in the right position. So I just thought that was really rude, and I really just needed to walk away because first of all, this is a grown man like yelling at me, and I'm like, I didn't do anything to you, sir. I don't know if you're tired, you're having a bad day, but I didn't do anything to you. So I'm just doing my job, and to talk to me that way is really disrespectful. But I held it together. I went and spoke with my other flight attendant to let her know what was going on, and yeah, that was that. After that, our passengers were fine. We had a few little ones that were drinking and being a little loud, and you know how people get when they are drinking alcohol, but it was cool. Nobody got out of the way. My captain bought us some beignets from Cafe Du Monde. I was super excited because I had never had beignets, and especially not New Orleans beignets. So I was really appreciative for that because he didn't have to do that. I had went up to ask him, I was like, do you think we're gonna have time to get off the plane so I could go get me some beignets? And he was like, well, I was gonna surprise y'all with some, but since you already asked me about it, I'm just gonna tell you that I was going to get it. And he did. He bought us some, and that was really nice. He didn't have to do that. So I have one more trip. I had two, but when you're a line holder, you can swap out of your trips. You can swap trips like off the trade board. So if there's other trips that you want, you can swap your trips for those trips, or you can drop your trips. And I dropped my trip, so I'm only working 70 hours at the airlines this month, and then I'm gonna work the rest of my time. I'll probably pick up 3 days at my part-time job. I work in the pharmacy, so I'm probably gonna do that for the days that I'm, just to kind of compensate. I wanted to spend some more time at home, so I took off for the rest of the month, and my birthday is May 29th, so I plan to go on a trip, but I'm not sure where I want to go yet, so we'll see where I end up going. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that because I was able to swap out of my trips and bring my credit hours down, so I don't have to work for the rest of the month. Because I'm trying to turn up. I want to celebrate my birthday, and I want to relax and chill. I've been working every week, so it'll feel really good to not have to work this last 2 weeks. My vacation starts on like the 26th, so I wanted to have the week before that off, and I was able to get it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss anything that I post.